Hello everyone and welcome to European Piano Tutorials for Beginners. This is episode 3 of Fur Release. Today we will be learning how to make your fur release more effortless and more beautiful, and how to make it more sensitive and more musical and more singing. So when you play the piano, you have to always remember that piano is like a percussive kind of instrument, because all the hammers, they hit into the strings. That's why the biggest challenge is always to avoid that percussive nature on the instrument and make it as singing as possible and as fluid as possible, as musical as possible and as graceful as possible. So for this is a very good example. It says at the beginning molto grazioso, so that means to play it with lots of grace and lots of gracefulness. So grazioso means to play it very gracefully and more lightly, like easy. So you have to always remember about the mood. So when you play the piece, you have to think and what mood you want to express, and like the feelings or the energies that you feel inside. You have to always express them, and you have to always feel them while you actually play. So there are a few tools and few things that we can follow to make it more real when you play. So first of all, you have to think about legato sound, and this is very important part of piano playing. So you have sounds, they flow together, they're all connected. So today I would like to demonstrate it for you on these cards at first. So think when you have two sounds, like this a separate sound, so when you play, you have to stitch the sounds together, not just close by, but they have to overlap a bit, like they go a little bit on top of each other. See, if it makes sense? So not like that, not with gap, but not even touching each other, but they overlapping, they going on top of it like each other, like that. So that means when you play one note, then you play next note, you hold the previous note a little bit, and then you release the previous note only after you've played the next note. So this is how you achieve real good legato on the piano. So you relax your hand. You always, when you start, if you want to play in a graceful mood, you relax your hands completely. The hands should be like always made of air. You can watch my video about the hands relaxation. It's very important. Your hand should be totally loose, totally light. And remember, you place your weight of your hand into the key, so you achieve very graceful touch. And then another thing, always remember, after you touch the key, immediately relax after that. And you always touch the keys with those soft, cushiony like fingers under the nails there. See, like not in the tips where it will make the knock, but those soft parts. So you feel like just total grace goes into the sounds, and you start like that, you place the weight and you feel how the hand is relaxed. Then you play the next sound, then relax the previous, and you feel how you kind of roll your weight of your hand from one sound to the other, then roll a bit more to the left, and roll to the left, to the right, to the left, and then to the right, and to the left, and then... See, I exaggerate the rolls a bit, but you have to feel like your wrist is slightly tilting sideways, a little bit like that, so you feel, just when you play, you feel, wow, that's so beautiful, the piece is so beautiful, I enjoy it, and you have to set the mood. You see, once you feel the mood, people will feel it. If you don't feel the mood, people will not touch it. If you like just, then hit the keys, it's not nice. You have to create the atmosphere. So before that, you have to be like an actor of, of the movies. So you have to feel and experience like this is your life, and this is your feeling, not like you're not faking it. You have to be so true to the feeling. So you have to really experience it in your mind. So you have to set yourself, wow, this is so beautiful, and I really like it, and I really enjoy it. And then you'll infect people with your feelings. And I always say to students as well that when you play, you are like a projector of emotions, of feelings. So you just project it to other people, and then you can infect them with your state. So you set your state first. This is very important. Before you start, you think this is like touching like the most beautiful flower or something, something really precious, something very beautiful. And then you start the first sound, you start from silence. It's like you give birth to this beautiful music, and you feel, wow, that's so nice, and then you roll this lightness of the hand through, and then you just marvel at the sounds as you go along. So you roll it to the left, and always a little bit remember, overhold. You play one note, then when you play next, overhold previous, then next, overhold, and then that way See, you lead them to the next note, like you weave in that line, like one thread that goes and weaves the melody. And then left enters there. Same with left, very light, very cushiony sound. So you place a bit of weight on the fifth there, and then you roll to the right. Prepare your keys always on the piano with the soft parts, always on the next keys, I mean. So before you play A, before playing you place 5 on A, then place 2 on E, then you slightly roll like sideways, see, like tilted through, so you place a bit more on A, then tilt to the right, then tilt to the right like that, so you go, see? And then you tilt the weight, fingers only doing a little bit of touch, so always pre-touch the keys before playing them, that's very important, and then you go, see? And then you join it together and very in an enjoyable state, like very graceful state of mind, state of hands, very light, loose, see? Like that you roll sideways a bit, and then, see, that is slow, see, you keep rolling and keep preparing your hands like that. See, very easy, loose hands completely. And then roll and see, like you start that from that side, and then you roll to the right, until you get that, and from that side you put a bit more weight, tilted left side, to the left side to play E, then a bit more to the right to play G, then a bit more to the right, and there, see? And by the moment you touch the key, always remember, immediately relax, immediately like feel loose, not play the key, sometimes we play it and tense it, that's bad, that's not good. So imagine like by the moment you touch the key, you immediately relax, so you go there, see, and very loose, and then you repeat again. See, loose like that, it's like flowing in easily, very gentle, very graceful touch. Like that, see, and do it until you start to really enjoy the music. And enjoy this lightness, it's like total grace. And then, see, it was a minor key, so you maybe feel a bit more sad at the beginning, then it goes more happy. Major key here, so then again same, you prepare and roll to the right there, and then you go like that, totally relaxed and effortless and always prepared. And see, on those you do same on left, like G, then to the right and tilt to that side. So you start with that, so you push a bit more weight like to the left side, like that way, then into first finger. So the movement, if I exaggerate, it goes like this, and then second finger goes there. So you use that roll and tilt around the center of the wrist to achieve those effortless notes there. So you play like that and then tilt there, see, and completely loose, like that. So you can, from this, very loose, very effortless. Then you get a bit more into the minor again. And there, same, tilt, see, then tilt, see, like that. Not just fingers doing that, but you tilt and very gentle like that. And then again, and then there. And then again, see, you tilt it sideways, I exaggerate a bit to show so what you can achieve. See, use your weight of hands all the time, use your weight there, because I made a whole video about the gravity, so use your gravity, that's never-ending source of energy. You can just play, see, place your weight, and instead of pressing the piano, you just relax your weight of your arm in this note, then you tilt it to the left a bit, tilt it to the right, tilt it to the left, tilt it to the right, then to the left, to the right, to the left, to the left, and then you keep tilting around and finding those motions like a graceful dancer, you're dancing around your keyboard. So then I'll show you the second half again and watch the movements. I'll exaggerate a bit those tilts, but so you can see what it takes. And always remember, lift the previous note only slightly after. See, like you play the note, then you hold it, then play next, and lift previous only slightly after to achieve that connected legato. Not like that. See, it's a little bit more disconnected, so you have to play next, then previous lifts only after. So again, from that, a bit more happy here, more major, and then again, bit more sad again. See, going back to minor, and then those tilts around, and again here, and a little uncertain around the semitone, and again. Always feel how you really like enjoy the moment of playing, like you love it, you know. And then your music will make you feel better, and also will make other people feel better. And then, and see, the hands are always light and loose, like they're light and loose, graceful dancers, okay? So, and then you keep repeating it, and always when you trying to find your mood of the piece, it's very subjective, and it's different for everyone. It's not like a pre-programmed or pre-written content of each piece, so everyone has to find what's personal and what's their own feelings or imaginative ideas, what they want to express in that particular piece. So that's why always when you play, you have to always be on a quest in every piece to find the sense of it. So find like what's behind the notes, what does it make you feel like, and you keep on asking yourself. And then if you always ask yourself, one day you will feel that something will come up in your mind, subconscious mind, you see, it will give you some idea. One day maybe it will be something different, but it has to be always something that you feel and express while you play. If you don't feel and express, music will be empty, it will be more mechanical. And see, as long as you follow those things that I showed you today, like you can apply it to any piece actually. I just show you on this for release how to make it more graceful, but you can make any piece more graceful, more expressive and more beautiful and more full of meaning and sense if you just put your soul to it. If you remember those things, it's very important, like to play good legato, to overhaul the notes a bit, like never lift the previous notes before you play the next notes. That's one for the legato. Then always be graceful on your hand, always use your gravity, never force, never be harsh. So be always great, like light and loose. Even if you play some very powerful big pieces, like that, like studies or something, never force really loose in your hand, really light. You never force your piano, always remember that. So, and then this release, you always go find first also before you start the piece, think like you want to listen to the silence, and then you set the mood, think like silence, and then you start with this like the most beautiful thing. Imagine sound is like you can actually feel the beauty of it, like wow, then you just adore every sound, and then you think, what's the mood that makes me feel, what's the next thing, and then it's so subtle, so graceful, and then you go, it's like you can get goosebumps, if you play with really deep, going deep into the pieces, and then see, very soft here, then a bit brighter, goes to major, see, a bit more light, a little bit more sad again, a bit less, and then lead to the top, and then so feel how the music always flows forward, then goes on and continue. See, this is another important concept, to feel how the music always flows forward, like no stop, like the river goes, then it stops at the very end. Okay, so yeah, so again, all the fundamental things to follow. Remember your legato, remember your completely graceful loose hands and those tilts. Always be relaxed immediately after touching next keys, and always find your meaning. Okay, so find, it goes to minor. What would that mean to me? What would I feel there? And then goes to major. What would that mean? Okay, so usually major is a bit more happy, minor is a bit more sad, but that's very simple. But you can find something else. Maybe you play it and it starts to bring up some memories from your life, maybe some book you read, maybe some movie you saw or something. You see, some ideas should be there. You have to feel with expression, and you have to always remember when you play, this is like probably the most important out of all what I say today and ever probably, is to feel and experience the feelings and emotions while you play. If you follow that, if you have those feelings and emotions, other people will pick it up and you will enjoy it more. And on top of that, of course, is to always enjoy your playing and feel like when you practice, it's like some sacred art of touching the divine, if you like. The music is so beautiful, it's so expressive and so amazing that you just feel, wow, you feel an awe. We have to feel, because people feel so spoiled. I think people don't feel. People are actually so spoiled by the amount of amazing, beautiful music we have at our disposal, we can touch every day, that we don't even appreciate it as much. Like we have Beethoven pieces and sonatas, which Beethoven's nuts, but it's so beautiful, and we have this gift already. It's all there for us, but we have to really appreciate that much more, and then think it's like some precious gift is given to us by God, by those composers that spent all their life writing that for us, and we have to really admire and cherish and treasure every single moment that we spend with those beautiful creations. It's like they're like the most beautiful gems or flowers or creations of nature and creations of God. So we have to really appreciate and be in awe every single moment that we are in touch with those beautiful pieces, that we play, and they have to make us feel the similar way. So we have to feel inspired all the time, okay? And it can be done, at first just by kind of thinking about it, but if you do it more and more, you will realize how beautiful the art of piano playing is, and it will come back to you. Inspiration will be much more natural, so to speak. Even at first, sometimes, we have a bad mood, I start to play, and then you're not feeling it, but you keep doing it, and ask yourself, okay, I want to get that mood, I want to get those feelings, I want to enjoy it. If you keep asking that, you will learn how to enjoy it much more. So yeah, that's basically what I want to talk about today. Apart from this, of course, you need to learn. I show you this for release. This will be part 3 of for release. This is about like the sense of music, how to make it more beautiful, how to make it more expressive. So these are the tools to follow. So yeah, just please follow them, and you will see you will play much more beautiful in much shorter periods of time. But before doing this, please pre-learn previous 2 videos so you can play fluently from beginning to the end with left and right hand together without mistakes. This is like a next step expressive work. And in next video I will show you how to add pedal to the release, but for now just play around with those beautiful sounds and just see what it makes you feel like, and make your hands very graceful, very loose like I showed you today. Use that weight, use those tilts, and use that legato touch, and always express, always feel something when you play. Okay, don't just play empty. Don't, because it's not gonna make you enjoy it and not gonna make other people enjoy it. So you have to always feel something and enjoy it. It's like people say enjoy it, but even if it's sad, it's still enjoyable. You see, like we watch sad movies, but we still enjoy them. So in that regard, you always learn how to enjoy it and learn how to appreciate it as well. When you play, like make your practicing sessions like some sacred moment of just being completely engulfed by the most beautiful things in this world, in this life, and this is the music. So this is the art that we have at our, like as our, like treasured and cherished gift, I think. So yeah, this will be all today. Hopefully it will touch your heart and make you maybe reevaluate how you approach your piano playing, and I hope it will help you express more feelings and make your release better. But you can apply these concepts to any piece pretty much, but today I showed you for release because we started with the first 2 episodes, but I always will talk about things of this nature, because I think this is very important that people actually appreciate their piano playing more in this kind of, from this kind of angle, in this kind of perspective, so they can realize more like how lucky we are to have those amazing creations always available to us, and we are lucky to play them, to learn them. This has to be so fun, like the most beautiful thing to do, much more fun than any movies or anything, any roller coaster. So people like want some like some spice in life, they do something, but this is it. You have your piano, you have like a vast amount of music to play, and this is like a whole life and whole thing in its own, so okay, so yeah, that will be all today. Please follow those things, and you will find the inspiration if you keep looking for it. And yes, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you like, and like if you like, and bye bye for now.